Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Brief.
Over 8,600 Israelis are now infected with the coronavirus, and the death toll has risen to 51. There's no immediate information on the latest victims, but the ministry says that 141 of those infected are in serious condition, with 107 on ventilators, and another 191 are moderately ill, but the rest are thankfully exhibiting light symptoms. Now, as cases continue to rise, health ministry officials are now saying that Israel is likely to be headed to a national lockdown on Passover night, this Wednesday evening. And the 7-day Jewish festival is traditionally celebrated in large groups, but Interior Minister Aryeh Deri is warning Israelis that anyone who's caught driving on Passover evening could be stopped by police. And this comes as the Israeli government is already set to enforce a tighter closure over 8 cities and 15 ultra-Orthodox neighborhoods across Jerusalem to stem the spread of the coronavirus. Now, right now, the cities that will likely be cordoned off include Tiberias, Eilat, Migdal HaEmek, Beitar Illit, Ashkelon, Or Yehuda, Modi'in Illit, and parts of Beit Shemesh. And the Jerusalem neighborhoods that will also most likely be sealed off include Har Nof, Beit Vegan, Givat Mordechai, Ramat Shlomo, Sanhedria, Shmuel HaNavi, and Beit Israel. Mea She'arim, Geula, Bucharim, Zichron Moshe, Ramot, Makor Baruch, Givat Shaul, and Kiryat Moshe will also be cut off from the rest of the country. Now, it's still unclear what the new guidelines for these restricted zones will be, although it is likely that a broader military presence will enforce the restrictions. And it's reported that Jerusalem will be divided into 8 regions, with residents only allowed to shop for essential goods in their own section. 11 airplanes are set to land in Israel all the way from China, and they're reportedly going to be carrying millions of pieces of protective medical equipment, including face masks, hazmat suits, and ventilators. Then for the rest of the week, 2 El Al planes will be flying into Israel from China on a daily basis with more supplies. The first plane already has 900,000 surgical masks, 500,000 protective suits, and other gear. And this air convoy is just the latest effort by the Israeli government to bring in medical supplies that are severely limited worldwide. Israel's Mossad intelligence service has also been tasked with securing medical equipment from abroad from unspecified countries, and it's already secured millions of supplies, but there are growing concerns that there may not be enough ventilators to treat the seriously ill. Right now, there are an estimated 1,400 to 2,800 ventilators in Israel, which is why the Defense Ministry has converted a missile factory into a production space for the machines. And the new production line has already delivered 30 ventilators. But another key supply has also been in shortage: the reagent chemical substance that's needed to analyze coronavirus tests. Luckily, Israeli scientists appear to have developed a replacement, though, at the Rabin Medical Center in Petah Tikva. They've spent the last 24 hours testing different materials, and they believe that they've made a breakthrough. The number of COVID-19 tests significantly decreased over the past few days because of the lack of this needed reagent. But the health ministry says that they're on a mission to carry out 10,000 tests a day minimum. In Israel, the unemployment rate has already reached a massive 25%. But nowhere in the country is feeling the heat as badly as the southern tourism capital of Eilat. In just over a month's time, the unemployment rate in Eilat ballooned from 3.3% to nearly 70%, as over 890,000 new applications have been submitted. Then, to make matters worse, despite government promises, many expecting grants for families and for the elderly will not see a shekel until after the Passover holiday. Officials in the National Insurance Institute explained that in normal times, just 17,000 unemployment requests are filed on average per month, as opposed to the over 1 million requests in March, adding that the systems just aren't built for more than what's being paid. In other news, Israelis are feeling the food crunch as supply chains are interrupted in the country and abroad. But at least in the case of our eggs, the government has stated that it will be subsidizing multiple emergency airlifts of millions of eggs from Spain. With the Passover holiday just days away, eggs, which play a part in the traditional celebrations, are in particularly high demand. And normally, Israel is more or less self-sufficient in egg production. But after panic and hoarding has led to sudden shortages and even a black market, Israel turned abroad, a move that has its own challenges these days. Well, the Agriculture Ministry is increasing imports from Spain, Portugal, Italy, and Ukraine in the meantime to restock as soon as possible. The only question is, will it be enough, and will it be on time?
That's all for now, but for more news from Israel, remember to like ILTV on Facebook and on Instagram, and to subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.